Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to another day with me, us, the shop. I got something hanging up. Brakes probably. Yep, that's wonderful. Oh, top of the morning to you. Strawberry lemonade, the new monster. I hope this is not a limited edition. I hope they keep it around. All right, what do we got today? Let's see. Stop at the bank. I have to go to a different gas station to get my sweet tea and my breakfast because the new gas station owners that took over don't carry what I like. They refuse to put the sweet tea machine in. They say they can't get it. And it's not that they can't, they won't. They don't want to pay for it. Oof, that's bad. I'm going to have to make time to put brakes on this thing. And then I've got just an easy day at the shop today. We may pick one up, it looks like, but I only have, I believe, 3 dogs today. So, should be a pretty easy day. And it's dogs I know, except for one. Our first dog is an Aussie of some kind, Aussie Shepherd mix thing. She's new, all the other dogs I know. And we've got a relationship with the dog already, so what they're doing there? Build a house, I bet. Yeah, you know, yesterday's video I complained a lot and real negative, and I hate being that way. Man, his yard looks nice. Crisp lines, alternating, looks really good. Another house being built. I don't like being negative, but I'm always going to give you my true, raw, uncut, whatever I'm going through that day. And it's been a lot of ups and downs, especially with the business, finding good employees and just things, you know, how things are going. I do have some good news in regards to myself and Kelly and our living situation. You know, you guys know my father-in-law passed away a little over a year ago, and up until about a month ago, we didn't know this, but it's been really hard for my mother-in-law to stay in that house because everywhere she looks, she sees him. And we didn't know that. She put her name on the waiting list for some apartments for elderly. I can't think of the right term. But some apartments for an elderly community for an apartment. She put her name on the waiting list a while ago, and she got a phone call. And we thought it was just because she didn't think she could cut it financially with the house. But when it's all said and done, it's about the same. Everything's included in the apartment, and at the house, it's about the same amount of money with all the utilities and stuff. But anyways, we just found out like maybe a month ago that it was because that she just can't stand to be in the house anymore. It's hard on her, and I understand that 100%. So anyways, about a week and a half ago, she got a phone call that the apartment's yours if you want it. We just got to run you through the process or whatever. So she went and did the application process, got all the information to her, and she was approved for it. So the good news for us, you know, if you guys have been following along, you know, a little over a year and a half ago, I made the decision, well, not a year and a half ago, probably 2.5 years ago now, we made the decision to move down to Kentucky. And the best case scenario to be close to mom and dad was to buy a travel trailer, a camper, RV, whatever you want to call it, and live on their property with them to be close in case something happened. About a year and a half ago, we made that move. August of 24, we made that move down here. And so we've been living in a 28-foot RV for the last year and a half. And boy, let me tell you, is it taking a toll on me. So the good news, and I know I keep putting it off, and if you guys are smart, you're tracking already what's going on. Mom got the apartment, and we get to move into her house. It's not what we're used to by any stretch of imagination. It's very, very much smaller. But it's better than the camper. It's a step up. We made the choice to start over, and we literally started over. I had some worries and I had some thoughts, what was going to happen, because basically if Mom decided she didn't want to deal with the house and the payments anymore and just live on her own and sell the place, we're essentially homeless. We have nowhere else to park the camper. And I'm not going to pay lot rent somewhere to somebody. That's not family, obviously. We've helped Mom out with bills and stuff like that, but I'm not going to pay lot rent somewhere. And there was, over the last year that Dad's been gone, there's been a lot of decisions that have been made that, people are closed-minded thinking and not realizing that there's two other lives involved in the decision making, and it's not okay. So, I think the conversation Kelly had with her mom, I think she understands, now that, you decide to just up and sell the house, we're homeless. We have nowhere to go. Could we find somewhere to live? Probably. Would I want to? No. We had the opportunity to acquire a house right next door to Mom and Dad, 7-8 months ago, last summer, and we had just got the shop, and I didn't think we could do it, the shop and a house payment, because the shop costs us a lot of money every month, and while it's pretty much self-sustaining, there's been a few times I've had to chip in my money to help out with certain things. It's pretty self-sustaining, but it's over $3,000 a month to operate that shop. And I didn't think we could take on another $1,000 a month and run that shop. So we declined on that house. And we moved along, and we just decided to stay in the camper. I think that was the best move for us financially. Maybe not for our sake. Financially, but not for our mental well-being or self-well-being or whatever you want to call it. It definitely wasn't the best option, but nonetheless, it was the best option financially. I hate struggling financially, and it's been a struggle down here. Just getting used to, you got to stop and think, right? When we lived in Illinois, we both had really good jobs. I had 2 really good jobs. One working for the law enforcement agency I worked for and running the gun shop, and I made really good money. Between both jobs, I was $130,000, $140,000 a year. And we made good money, and we could buy whatever we wanted. We lived comfortably, and then we moved down here, and the pay is just not there. I say it all the time, there's no money in Columbia, but there is, but it's just, you have to work somewhere else. You have to work like an hour away or 2 hours away, or work from home, or something to that effect. But if you want to stay in Columbia, there's really no money here. The wages are very low. Even for what I do, city police, sheriff's department, the jail, KSP, of course, is good money, state funded, but anything that's locally county funded or city funded, the pay's not that great, especially what we're used to, and that's a huge kick in the pants. And it took a lot to get used to that. I took a 50% pay cut all day. More than 50%. If you just count one job, I probably took a 60 or 70% pay cut. And it sucks. It really does. But we're making it work. So anyways, pretty excited about that. Mom's packing. I'm bringing boxes home from friends of mine that work in local places. And she's been packing and she's getting ready. She's excited. She was going to try to go look at the apartment today, but they say it's not ready yet. They've got some painting to do and some cleaning to do. So probably tomorrow she's going to be able to go look at it. So she's pretty excited about that. I'm excited for her. You know, we had plans to go to the storage unit yesterday and start looking for stuff, organizing some things, but the day just got away from us. Kelly let me sleep in, and I slept in till, oh my God, 10 o'clock, 10:30, and that was so nice. And then I took them, Mom and Kelly, out for Mother's Day lunch, or more like a lunch dinner type thing. And we went to one place out on the river, which was really, the lake, which was really nice. Lakers Tap and Grill, a really nice place, but they were closed. There was no signs of them being closed. Looked on the internet, said they were open, everything. We get there, closed. But I did get some beautiful footage of the lake while we were there. I'll drop that in here. Just a little quick snippet. But anyways, it was nice. So we ended up going to this little, it's like everything in one. It's a coffee bar, restaurant, and sports bar. So they got they cut the building in half, and it's half sports bar, half restaurant, coffee bar. It's a really nice place. Real Java in Russell Springs. It's a really nice place. I enjoyed it. We got nice lunch there. I tried a raspberry strawberry matcha. That was really good. You know, a lot of people don't like the green earthy tone stuff, but I rather enjoyed it. I've had matcha before, and I've liked it, and I was just curious what a fruity matcha would be like, and I rather enjoyed it. It was good. So anyways, we're back at it hard today, hot and heavy, whatever you want to call it. Going hard at it. Stopping at the bank, and then I've got to go and grab breakfast, sweet tea, and then get to the shop. So let's go, let's get it. All right, one errand done. Now we're under the bank. And then the bank. I'm done at the bank. Now we're under the gas station and the shop. Start our day. Well, the day's already started, but start our day grooming. Oh man. Wish I could find me a little gas saver. It's costing me $100 a week in gas. That's crazy. I just can't wrap my head around it. You know, I don't even, it's a 6, what is this one? This is a 6.0, right? No, 5.7. I've got a 5.7 in this truck. I don't know if it's the gear ratio or what. I don't even have, like, I'm one size up on the tire, and that's it, just one size. Aftermarket aluminum wheels. They are heavier than the stock wheels, so that probably plays into it. I have not done the delete on it. The, what do you call it? The fuel management, what is it called? AFM, active fuel management crap. I have not done the delete, but I get about 8 miles per gallon. And that drives me nuts. I don't understand. My 2500 I had that had the 8.1 in it, I got like 16 to 20 miles per gallon in town. I don't understand it. I'm gonna go grab breakfast. Oh, I forgot what I was saying now, so like always. But anyways, almost to the shop. Got my mind on a lot of things lately. I'm excited about the move. Luckily for us, it's not really like a huge move. I mean, we do have our storage unit we'll have to get a lot of stuff from, but our essentials, for the most part, are already there on the property. But, you know, kitchen stuff, our bed, you know, stuff like that. We have a lot of different things spread out, and I hate being so spread out. It drives me nuts. And I think we'll be able to, I don't know that we'll actually be able to eliminate a storage unit. I'm hoping we will, but I doubt it. Just a simple fact, there's still not a lot of room there. And Mom's got a lot of stuff. It's going to take her a while, so it's not going to be an instant thing. So when we moved down there, they had a sale and they sold all their antique stuff, so we had room. And Mom still has an attic full of stuff in the garage, the loft. So she's going to have a sale here directly. I don't know when, but Gonna have to get the garage cleaned up for that and get ready for that. But it's gonna be a lot going on. We're gonna be busy, so you know, it'll be fun. Let's get it at the shop. Hi friends, good afternoon. Something's been weighing on my mind heavy lately, and I think I'm gonna do it. I'm getting burned out. I know I've talked about it a little bit here and there, but I'm really getting burned out. I did something today I'm not proud of. I got really upset about something that probably shouldn't have upset me as much as it did. And it's because of the burnout. Between my full-time job and doing this place, the grooming salon, it's wearing on me pretty heavy. And now I'm stressing about my truck, because it's the only vehicle I got besides the Dart, but the Dart is not roadworthy right now. It needs a little bit of work too. Put a lot of money and time into it, fixing things just for the brakes to go out. So now I need to figure out what's wrong with the brakes on that. I was really hoping to have it done early mid-spring so I could start driving it while it was still somewhat cool out for the summer. Like right now, I mean, we're only getting into like the mid to high 70s, low 80s. So to me, that's still cool enough to ride around with no AC. But now I put a bunch of work into it, time into it, about $2,500 worth of parts and umpteen hours of work itself, just for the brakes to go out. So now I got to figure that out. I really want to do a disc brake conversion kit for it, but I don't want to spend the $1,000 on it. There are some cheaper ways of doing it, but I haven't figured it out yet. One forum said you can use like S10 spindles and brake parts, and there's another one that says you can use like 67 and up disc brake kits, but it's still a ton of money. It's like $600. So if I'm going to spend $600, I might as well just spend $1,000 and get an actual like nice kit rather than just stock factory parts. But I'm going to have to figure something out, because the truck's about to be done. The truck's about to be down, and I need a vehicle. So, anyways, still looking for a vehicle. I've got some money saved, set aside for that, but I can't find anything worth a damn. But being back to what I said, like, did something today I'm not real proud of, and it's because I'm burned out, and I think I'm just gonna do it, and I hope the business doesn't suffer too bad from it. But I think I'm gonna step back from grooming for a little while, and I hope the business doesn't suffer because of it. But I think it will, obviously, because as I've said before, I usually bring anywhere between $400 and $800 more a day, and that's all money we get to keep for the business. Not keep, but it's for the business. If I'm grooming, I don't have to split it with anybody. So, on a daily basis, if I'm bringing that kind of money to the table when I work, that's significant. And as much as I hate to do that, I just can't keep doing both. So I had 3 grooms tomorrow. I gave 2 of them to my groomer. Now I only have 1. I don't have to be to work till noon tomorrow. I said this a while ago, and I'm pretty sure I discussed it on here in one of my videos, and then on one of the grooming pages I discussed it too. Somebody else, husband and wife, were talking about opening. They're about to open their grooming salon, and some advice and some pointers and tips or whatever. And I had made the comment that, being husband and wife, the last thing you two need to do is either one of you make the other one feel like an employee. If you're going into this together as a team, as partners, then that's exactly what it needs to be. And if either one of you start treating the other like an employee, you will fail. And it's the truth. Some married couples just aren't meant to work together. Some people just see things differently. And if one of you thinks you're the boss over the other and you treat the other like an employee, it's not going to work. I can tell you that right now. It needs to be equal. You guys need to do equal work, have equal stress, because let's face it, that's the reality of owning a business. Especially if you have employees that have to make so much money, and that's the hard part, right? Like, in a commission-based job, if there's not business, there's no money coming in. There's, and that's for you and the groomer, obviously, but that's any business, right? Retail, sales, whatever. But we don't, our retail side is there, but it's just not busy. I'm hoping the new items I have coming will pick that up, and I hope that if I find the right items that people want and will buy and spend the money on, then, that'll pick things up for us. And I'll start making replenishment orders and just keep that stuff coming in. But it's a hard niche to find when you're trying to build a brand. And when you don't have unlimited funds or, a giant credit line to just spend the money on, it's tough because, like I've talked about before, I want to do t-shirts. It's something as simple as t-shirts. It's a big investment. It's $700-800. So to have $700-800 tied up in t-shirts that may or may not sell, versus making sure you have money to pay the bills and pay your employees, that's a lot. And that's it sounds really redundant, and I did it today, and it really, I don't know, like I got upset and said I need to step back. I'm getting burned out. I'd like to be able to step back from my full-time job and spend more time at the shop, but I can't. part-time, and if I go part-time, I lose my insurance. So, that being said, like, it's redundant because I made a post today. I got upset about working too much and getting burned out. We're literally going hard 7 days a week. We don't have a day off. Yesterday was Sunday, and while, mind you, we went out to dinner, late lunch, early dinner for Mother's Day, we still had to spend time at the shop yesterday. We still had things to do at the shop yesterday. And like now, I need to fix my truck, and I don't know how to do that. You know, tomorrow would be a perfect day because I only have the one groom now. But it's right in the middle of the frickin' day, so if I start it in the morning and I don't get it done by 11, then I'm not going to be able to get to the shop because I have no way to get there. And 12 to 3 probably for that groom. It's a big doodle, I think. 12 to 3, and then I'll be done, home by 4. You know, I've got other things I have to do, so just not having time to fix my truck, and that's adding weight to that plate of stress, trying to find the time to do it. I'm going to have to do it. That's all there is to it. I'm going to have to make time to do it, because if I don't, the truck's just going to say, well, I'm not driving anymore, because it's going to get bad enough to where I won't be able to drive it. And then I'm screwed. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think it'll take long, but I don't know either. So, I don't know what all's involved. I don't know if it's a wheel bearing. I don't know if it's just pads, a caliper, a brake line. I don't know. I've changed the caliper twice for the same problem, but now I've got an all the time, which makes me believe it's either the caliper sticking again, which somebody said that it's the rubber line going bad, or it's a wheel bearing. I don't know. But nonetheless, I need to take the truck apart and inspect it and figure it out and fix it. Because like I said, if it gets bad enough, I'm either the wheel will come off, with it being the wheel, if it is the wheel bearing, the wheel will come off, and then I'll be screwed and it'll break a bunch of stuff, if it's a wheel bearing. If it's just brakes, then it is what it is, but it'll eventually lock up, and then I'll be screwed then too, so, I need to make time for it. But anyways, I'm just getting burned out. I'm just tired all the time. I can't find time for me to just relax. And then I'm torn, like, what do I do tomorrow, right? Like, I'm that guy. I want to make money. I want to do the right thing. I want my business to succeed. And I had 3 grooms, and I gave up 2 to my other groomer to make sure she had money and to give me a little bit of a break. But then I'm sitting here like, I'm not going to know what to do now, because I don't normally have that, where I can just sit around and not do anything for a while or sleep in. Do I still get up and just head to the shop, and if something walks in or if somebody calls, just get it done? Do I take advantage and just sleep in and goof off until 11 o'clock and then head in? You know, I don't know. I don't know. The way my mind works, I'm all over the place. ADD, ADHD, whatever else. Maybe even borderline on the spectrum autistic, because just how eccentric I am about certain things and how I get over things changing and moving. I don't know. I do know that I need a break, but I just feel like I can't get that break because there's a lot of responsibility on my shoulders for that shop to succeed. Kelly's not comfortable grooming dogs, and kind of like her, or me, kind of like me, you know, we weren't really planning on grooming. I had to force myself to learn how to groom because we couldn't find a good employee. And I want Kelly to do the same, but she's just not comfortable yet with it. She's afraid of hurting the dog. She's afraid of screwing somebody's dog up. Like, and I get that. You know, I fully get that because I was that way too at one point. But, you know, I just had to do what I had to do and force myself to learn how to groom, and I did. And I want her to do that. I wish she would do that. I wish she would just force herself to do it, because then that's more money that we could be making. But that also takes her away from the front, and then we would almost have to hire somebody to run the front, which that would be more ideal than hiring another groomer, because it would be less money out of our pocket that we would have to put out. We could hire somebody minimum wage-ish and pay them to run the front. I probably wouldn't do minimum wage. I'd probably do a couple dollars more than minimum wage, but around that, you know, not much more probably. I don't know. We haven't even talked about it. I don't know what it would pay. But it would almost be better to pay somebody for that than grooming, because it'll be less money. And then have Kelly groom, let somebody else run front of house. But, you know, that's where I think about, like, I want to step back, and I've got enough grooms coming in that we could hire another groomer. But by me stepping back and hiring another groomer, then that would mean that that's more money coming out of the business, because with me grooming, all that money is ours. If I hire somebody, I have to split that money with them. So you see how that's redundant? It really doesn't work itself out. So I think I'm just going to be done for a little bit. I think I'm going to step away, and I'll still do the business side of things like I have been doing, but I don't think I'm going to groom for a while. I'm just done, I think, for a little bit. I don't know. What transpired today has really got me in my feels, and I don't like it. So I think I'm going to just step away from grooming for a little bit. And I hope the business doesn't, you know, sink because of it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Appreciate you guys as always. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.